Eleanor's faith was the center of her life, bringing her structure and certainty. Yet, after the death of her husband, George, her certainty became her torment. George had been kind, honest, and loving, a truly good man, but he had rejected organized religion. Eleanor was consumed by the terrifying doctrine that proclaimed that without explicit faith, George was lost, condemned to a fate she dared not name. Her faith, meant to be a comfort, had become a prison built of fear. Ellie's fear forced her to judge the world around her. She looked at people who lived happily, untroubled by theological rules, and saw them as dangerously complacent. She judged the memories of her own husband, questioning his love because he didn't share her exact path to God. She desperately tried to pray away her fear, but her prayers were haunted by the terrible question: was her loving husband truly in hell? Seeking refuge, Ellie volunteered at a local mission, hoping to find merit in service. The mission was run by Sister Clara, a woman whose face was perpetually lit by a peaceful, radiant smile. Ellie watched as Sister Clara offered unconditional love to everyone: the devout, the lost, the skeptic, and the dying. One quiet afternoon, unable to bear the burden any longer, Ellie confessed her torment to the nun. "Sister," she whispered, "I love George, but I know the word says he is lost. How can I find peace with a God who is so just, yet seemingly so unforgiving?" Sister Clara looked at her with boundless compassion. She didn't quote scripture to condemn, but to comfort. If you like stories that make you reflect on life's choices and overcoming adversity, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next ones. Sister Clara took Ellie's hand. "Ellie, the human heart tries to put God in a box defined by our rigid rules. But God's love cannot be contained by human doctrine. You, a human wife, loved George unconditionally despite his doubts. Do you truly believe that the God who created that love is less loving or less merciful than you are?" The question struck Ellie like a revelation. She realized her despair wasn't from God, but from the fear of rigid men. Her husband lived a life defined by the spirit of God's command: love. Ellie finally released her judgment and her fear. She understood that her faith should be defined by the boundless love of God, not by the boundaries of human theological fear. She found her peace not in knowing the exact location of George's soul, but in trusting the perfect, unconditional mercy of a God far greater than any rulebook. She started loving the world with the same unconditional love she had seen in Sister Clara. The greatest act of faith is not knowing all the answers, but trusting in the goodness of God's love. May the story of Eleanor remind us that fear is not of God, and that His mercy always triumphs over judgment. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to the channel and come be a part of our community of faith and resilience.